Welcome back to J-Rock Soccer and Basketball Sessions for the Westwolf podcast. I appreciate you guys joining me. Remember, if you like the video, please hit that like button. And if you're enjoying these podcasts, I know I just started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But guys, we're going to get into the Lakers preseason Game 3 right here on the Westwolf podcast. Look, Russell Westbrook did not play well at all. He had 6 turnovers. I think he's 1 of 7 from the field, things like that. But I'm not worried. I'm a Westbrook fan where I can be honest about he didn't play well, but I can also kind of just sit back and say I'm not really worried about it because it's a preseason game. He played 2 quarters. So we'll get into all that right here on the Westwolf podcast. Let's get it. All right, guys. So first we will get into the play of Russell Westbrook. I know that's what everyone wants to speak about. Look, guys, I'm going to be completely transparent. He didn't play well in his first 17 minutes as a Los Angeles Laker. But that's just it. It was his first 17 minutes on a brand new team, playing with LeBron James without Anthony Davis. And he made some plays that they weren't good. 6 turnovers is too many in one half. We know that. But I'm not really worried. He also shot 1 of 7 from the field. He's rusty. LeBron James is 4-12. He's rusty. Carmelo Anthony's 1 of 7. He's rusty. He played in the previous game. Guys, it is kind of what it is. These guys are rusty. You shouldn't be worried about makes or misses right now. They're just trying to get in rhythm. As far as the 6 turnovers, that's too many. It was almost like he was expecting someone to shift from the deep corner to the short corner, and that wasn't happening. I'm not really sure. At one point I tweeted, Russ, it's just not there. It's too many turnovers. Simple as that. But I'm not worried because this is a preseason game. You know, because they don't count. And this is his first time playing with these players. That's how I feel about that. Didn't play well, but I'm not going to slander him and say all that. You know, he's bad fits. He's washed. Seeing it all again. This is what I mean by an overreaction. People overreact when teams are going out there and they're, they're tearing it up and shooting crazy. And then people overreact when a player doesn't shoot well. He turns the ball over too much. It's the preseason. Like LeBron James laughed it off like he doesn't really care what they do in preseason games. He's more concerned about what they do in practice. It's the preseason. Relax. Also, once again, progression isn't linear. They just started. So there's going to be downs, ups, ebbs, and flows. That's the way it's going to go. They'll look better in Game 5 than they do in Game 1. They'll look better in Game 10 than they do in Game 5. I've said, let them get to game about 20 to 25. And then let's really reevaluate the big 3 when we get there. But no, Russell Westbrook did not play well. Some things I like, Frank Vogel, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, they talked about moving the ball side to side, how they want ball movement. And that's part of the reason why everyone's kind of a little bit out of sync, is that they're trying to get this done with basically a brand new team. I mean, besides LeBron, Tucker, and AD, I'm not sure who remains from last year. So they're a brand new team. They're trying to move this ball, new offense, new defense. You know, there were some miscues on offense and on defense. And so I like the fact that they said that, because I think that's what's best for the team in the long run, which is what LeBron James said. In the long run, when you get to game 25, 30, that's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a good thing that they're moving that ball side to side with attackers like Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn, LeBron James himself. That's going to be a very, very good thing. Guys, they're trying it out now. So there's definitely going to be some growing pains. And so, therefore, I'm not really that worried. As far as Russell Westbrook, look, he took accountability. He said, me and my 27 turnovers, no, that's not good. Russell Westbrook is his biggest critic. That's another reason why I'm not worried. He'll correct, and he'll figure it out. He knows 6 turnovers in 17 minutes is too many. He knows that. And most of them came from him trying to pass that ball to that corner. And he knows that. He'll watch the tape. He knows it. He's held himself accountable already in a preseason game. I can't believe I'm having to say, see, Russell Westbrook's hold himself accountable in a preseason game. Because y'all out in the Twitter streets ready for murder. Crazy. Crazy. But I like that he held himself accountable, he always has, despite what people think. I like what LeBron James, Vogel, Westbrook said about moving the ball side to side and how it's better for them in the long run. So, yeah, let's growing pains. The progression isn't linear. I keep saying that. There's going to be ups and downs. I'm not sure what you all expected in game one of the duo in preseason in 17 minutes. I felt like they both did better in their second stints in the second quarter. LeBron James and Russell Westbrook. LeBron's a little rusty too, but he played a little bit better. I think he only had like 2 turnovers or something like that, so he wasn't out to turn the ball over 6 times. 6 turnovers is not okay. I want to make sure that is perfectly clear. It's not okay, but it's a preseason. I don't care. That's not okay. It's a preseason game, brand new offense. Who cares? Defensively, there were some miscues, but what I liked in the first half is we all talked about like energy, intensity, effort. It was there in the first half with LeBron James and Russell Westbrook on the floor, which I was very happy about. I wanted to see that. They may have made some mistakes, but they were trying hard. They may have made some mistakes, but the intensity was there, even in the preseason game. So it was a lot of fun. Guys, I'm not that worried. Defensively, they had miscues, like I said. I think it'll be fixed over time. Also, Anthony Davis is a mistake eraser. I do really believe that. So, all of those, I'm not saying they just need to go out there and do whatever they want on the perimeter so Anthony Davis cleans up for them. But when there is a mistake made, Anthony Davis is one of the best at erasing those mistakes. So, I think it matters that Anthony Davis wasn't out there. I think it matters that Anthony Davis wasn't out there on offense. Because something I know I saw, this is not an excuse. 6 turnovers is too many. But something I saw is Russell Westbrook had to start out there with LeBron James. And then who he had to, Kent Bazemore, I believe, and Monk. I think that's what it was. And DeAndre Jordan. So, I didn't like that. I know DeAndre and him connected for a lob at one point. Like, I know, that, and that's great. The basketball players, they're going to make good plays sometimes. But I saw Russell Westbrook getting into the paint, DeAndre Jordan and his man standing in there, and then Russ just made the absolute wrong reads, and they resulted in a turnover. That is a turnover on Russell Westbrook. This is not an excuse. However, I think you help out your starting lineup by not having DeAndre Jordan sitting in the paint. Now, here's the thing. Most people think they're going to start Dwight Howard anyway. So, you got to figure it out. I'm a little bit more of a fan than Dwight Howard than I am DeAndre Jordan at this point for both ends of the floor. Dwight Howard's just, to me, he's just been very good. And I haven't really been a fan of the DeAndre Jordan minutes on the floor, in my opinion. And that could just be my eye test is wrong. I believe he was one of the only people with a plus and a box score plus minus. I am not into single game plus minuses. I think it's a garbage stat. It tells you nothing unless you're taking like a 20 game snapshot. I don't like that statistic, but I think he was one with a positive rating. Because even LeBron, I believe, was a -2. So I think it's him and Kent Bazemore were actually a positive. So could be wrong, but in my eye test, I'd rather AD start at the 5 for Russell Westbrook and spreading purposes. However, if it is Dwight Howard or DeAndre Jordan, I'm definitely picking Dwight Howard. Melo, this game to me wasn't the best for him, and I'm not even talking about his makes or misses. I don't really care about that, but he played 12 minutes. He didn't really do a lot of rebounding from what I remember. He wasn't... defensively, they were all out there in these weird rotations. It's just so hard to take anything from these preseason games. Like, the big three haven't played together at all. Are you really starting DeAndre Jordan over Dwight Howard? I don't know. Are you really starting Monk? I don't know. Monk made a lot of sense to me, but he seemed a little out of sorts in the starting lineup. So I have someone on my podcast before who just said he doesn't think Monk is good in the starting lineup because, he kind of needs the ball. And AD wasn't even in the starting lineup, and Monk didn't really touch it that much, so maybe he is best as that 6 man off the bench, which is what we've been saying for the last 2 podcasts. Come off the bench, instant offense. Starting him just didn't seem all that sure. But then on the opposite end, Wayne Ellington did not start, and he just didn't touch the ball. I think he only took 2 shots. Which Ellington, I don't know what he's shooting for the preseason. But my gosh, I hope this is not what he does in the regular season. Like I said, makes and misses doesn't matter. They're all trying to get in rhythm. But he is a shooter, and I'm a little bit worried about that. As far as we need him to stretch the floor. We really do. Other than that, Tucker, he's just Tucker. He's just so good. He's just always in attack mode. He's a downhill person as well. I really am a fan of Tucker, very, very fast with the Los Angeles Lakers just in the preseason. So, guys, that's pretty much what I have for today. I know I talked more in the last game, and you expect me to talk more in this one because the duo was there, but they weren't there with Anthony Davis. So I don't know. I don't know what to take of it. DeAndre Jordan sitting in the paint. And I know Anthony Davis like to post up too. I just think it's going to look so much different with all 3 of them on the floor together. That's what I believe. But no, Russell Westbrook did not play well. But also no, I don't care. It's a preseason game. It was his first time. And we moving on from that. Okay? I think they'll both be better. If you haven't watched that LeBron James post-game clip of him speaking about it, he kind of like laughs at it like, I don't care what we do in no preseason game. I don't put no stock into that. What we do in practice is what he cares about. However, I do think that the 3 of them should probably play a game together. I know what he's saying, but I do think that maybe they should all play about 15 minutes in was it Sunday versus Phoenix, I believe. They should probably play about 15 minutes, the 3 of them together in that game, just to see how it'll look. Just to get it out there. I do believe that, but LeBron James been doing this a long time, and he knows more basketball than I can forget. So if LeBron James saying preseason doesn't matter, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know who's, but you know what I'm saying? LeBron James saying it, maybe that is what it is, you know what I mean? But guys, I think I'm going to break it right here. I'm very happy that we at least got Russell Westbrook on the floor with LeBron James. It felt so good in the first few minutes. It just looked right, didn't it? It just looked correct. Guys, I will see you on Sunday with another episode of the Westwolf podcast. I appreciate you guys so much. Please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. It would do a lot for me trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please hit it. Even if you don't watch it every single time, if you watch it every now and then when LeBron James is going to go off for 40, you just want another podcast to listen to or look at, just please hit that subscribe button right here on YouTube. And if you love the audio version, you can catch me on all the major podcast platforms, the Westwolf Podcast. I appreciate you guys so much for listening and for watching. And as always, until next time.